Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Rangers Respite. Today is Saturday, and taking a break from my usual Saturday content. Today, I'm giving you a recap on the first two bouts of the first round of the Virginia Whiskey Tournament. So, let's start with what I'm pouring to drink. Uh, Jed is upset about something. So, what I'm pouring today is an Irish whiskey. This is the Liberator Irish Whiskey, Stories and Stories and Sips exclusive bottling. It is cask 5142. It is a 10-year-old Irish grain whiskey, finished in a rye whiskey barrel. It is bottled at 62.8% alcohol by volume. It's bottle 60 of 177. Sorry, that's where my math got weird. And here's why I'm pouring this today. A 10-year-old single grain Irish whiskey finished for 20 months in a half 120 liter Catoctin Creek Roundstone Rye whiskey cask from Virginia, imparting rich caramel, berry, and dried fruit flavors with notes of citrus and a long, warm, spicy finish. Minimally filtered and bottled at natural cask strength for fullest flavor. This, of course, I have courtesy of the inimitable Rich from the Old Man's Irish Pub. Fantastic guy, great person, and a fantastic member of the American single malt community. He is one of our supporters for the single malt frontier, Three Guys One Grain, which I'm not a part of. He's also a supporter of Three Guys One Grain. Genuinely a fantastic person. And obviously, since I'm not a member of Stories and Sips, I would not have been able to get this without his assistance. And I'd like to say, for the record, absolutely beautiful bottle. They picked a fantastic bottle. I love the topper. Let me just... Beautiful stuff. All right. Let me pour a little bit of this real quick. And let's talk a little bit about how this past round went. Oh, man. Ooh, I'm going to have a lot of fun talking about this on an actual review, which may just happen to be Wednesday. Oh, beautiful stuff. All right. Not a whole lot of interaction. It's okay. It always happens for the first couple of bouts, or first few bouts of the tournament every year. I'm not good at the whole, building excitement, attention thing. I'm working on it. I'm figuring out how to do it. Haven't quite cracked the code. But for bout one, we had Old House Winery, Brewery, and Distillery. They've also got a museum there, which is very cool. Open Road Distillery out of Reston, Virginia. Three Crosses out of Powhatan, Virginia. And Brady's. I know where Brady's is. Why can't I think of where Brady's is? Roanoke. I knew that. Now, there were a total of 6 votes cast, which, again, isn't a lot, but it will improve as the tournament goes on. Still getting my feet out from under me, trying to direct people to the links to vote. And reminder, it is on Instagram and it is in my YouTube community tab. New bouts are posted every Monday at noon. I will also post links. Of the 6 votes cast, Three Crosses Distilling Company got 4 of them. So, hold on a moment. Ugh. Three Crosses is moving on to round 2, where they will face off against the winner of bout 3. And I'm excited for that. Now, the second bout, which was Lost Whiskey Company, New Realm Brewing and Distilling, Highlands Distilling Company, and Springfield Distillery. There were a total of, hold on, let me do a little bit of math. 10 votes cast, a little bit more. Always exciting. Clearly driven by a community that is a fan of one of these distilleries, and that distillery is Lost Whiskey Company, and they are technically an NDP. They source, they finish in house, and they typically do some really interesting finishing and barrel selection. Now, they are going to be going up against whomever wins bout number 4. And let's just take a quick look. I'll get more in depth next time. But in bout 3, we've got KO Distilling, Mean Spirits, and Reservoir. And in bout 4, we have 5 Mile Mountain, Ironclad, and Deep Creek. Ooh, some pretty good distilleries in this next bout. These next sets of bouts. Well, let's talk about some of the things that I saw and some of the things that people were talking about. So, Three Crosses took the win on in bout 1, and a lot of people were talking about, their fantastic community engagement, their fantastic whiskey, which is a common thread. There are very few distilleries in Virginia that produce whiskey that I do not like. In fact, I won't even say how many or who. Ooh, this is really interesting. Now, one of the things that people talk about when they're talking about supporting these distilleries is also the story of the distillery. And so, like in the for example, Highlands in about 2 got a lot of support because, or not a lot of support, but they got some support because they're a better known distillery. We got strong Air Force ties, and that sort of carries through into some of their naming. Like their bourbon whiskey is uh, interestingly named for an acronym that has to do with flight conditions. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Um, and Lost Whiskey, of course, won because they have a dedicated community of people who thoroughly enjoy their whiskey. And they, have a very interesting aesthetic. Um, and like I said in my review of this whiskey, I have one problem with their labels. They've got a high rye and a wheated bourbon. And if you're short, like I am, and it's up on the shelf and you're looking up at it, you can't tell the color those antlers are because they're a reflective material that turns black effectively. Because the label doesn't say which it is. I thought I was getting the wheated bourbon, and I got the high rye instead. Oops, that's on me. I wish that they'd put that on the label somewhere. But that's neither here nor there. That's a nitpick. Mm. Ooh, I'm going to have fun talking about this on Wednesday. Anyway, back to sort of a recap debrief. I'm not real happy with how this week went. I think I needed to do a better job of promoting the tournament. That's on me. Um, I'd been meaning to do quick little videos on each of the distilleries. I failed to do that. I'm going to be spending a good chunk of tomorrow doing essentially that for bouts 3 and 4. And going forward, that's going to be sort of the standard. Quick little 1-minute videos for each distillery in the tournament, posted to YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels. I am really excited with the level of engagement that I am getting, though, in terms of like people reposting it. I it really excites me to see so many people Doug has been all in. He's put together a website. There will be a link in the description down below. It is interactive. It will show you the results, and you can do like the fantasy bracket thing of like putting through uh each, like selecting distilleries to win each, to see who they would be up against for your favorite distillery to win. Now, all that said, I've got a lot of research that I've got to do to hand to Doug to put onto the website. Um, about Virginia distilleries. There are 56 whiskey producing distilleries in the Commonwealth of Virginia. That includes a couple of NDPs, but I'm including them because they are producing whiskey in the Commonwealth of Virginia. I think I've spent enough time bending your ear. I'm going to sit and enjoy this for a few minutes. And I guess take pictures to post on Instagram to congratulate winners of bouts 1 and 2 of the 2026. Sorry, bouts 1 and 2 of the first round of the Virginia Whiskey Tournament for 2026. So, congratulations to Lost Whiskey Company and Three Crosses, the powerhouse from Powhatan. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, stay happy, stay geeks, and I will see you on Monday. Sláinte.